Welcome, mortals. I, Craven WickeCrane, here on this special season because this will be the finale of the show. And I think it's time for you mortals need to know about myself in life, how I became to be, and how this show is really all about. Prepare the story that you're about to be heard, a tale from this fellow top hat bird. How this bird became to be. Follow along with me. I was born in Lantern's village, lived in a manor where all the cricket trees are round. My dearest parents, little sister, and my dear uncle, all born cravenous hybrid birds, part cranes and part ravens. And that's how I got my name, of course. Craven Burton WickeCrane. Look how young I was. The first child of the family of WickeCrane. These are my beloved parents, my father Edgar WickeCrane, who is a fencer, owner of the Paul's Library, and a great writer. My mother, Sally Ellen WickeCrane, who is a dancer, fencer as well as my father, and mixologist for humans and animals. And my little sister, Saturday WickeCrane, who is inventor, studied mythical experiments, and TikTok chick. And certainly my uncle, Jasper WickeCrane, but we called him Chaps. Uncle Chaps. He's a bit plump, almost like a cold and raw turkey. Insanely genius of mad scientist who invented things that brings back from the dead and hybrid creatures to life. But we still love him the most. And that's all the Wicked Crane family. We are the storytellers, quite a poet, about creepy and ghoulish stories. That brings us all together. There's so much more to my story and the others. The spookiest tale yet. Now go to watch the next tale, and I, Craven WickeCrane, will be the one who tells. If you have a pet, if you give them chocolate, it will cause them seriously sick. But if you are human or anthropomorphic mortals, it will turn you into a chocolate figure by a mysterious but fearful creature, the chocolate Quackle Bunny, half crocodile and half bunny. It happened to a one but bully dog. Let's just see and you'll find out why. On Halloween night, while everybody's going through door to door to get a little candy, a plump bully dog who's eating a lot of candy from everyone.
Stealing candy from little drops is too easy.
But he encountered an unexpected bunny with a piece of chocolate candy in his paw. It will be an extra chocolatey for him.
What are you staring around, you weirdo? Is that chocolate? Oh, well, give me that. Ah, too easy. Too easy. Huh? What's happening? No. Ah, 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 ah.
You're mine forever, my delicious, scrumptious chocolate dog. The monstrous chocolate Quackle Bunny takes the victim away and eats it that no one has ever seen or heard of the plump bully dog ever again, especially stealing candy from every children. Sometimes, dysfunctional family can be abusive with words to a child, but a child's rage can be eerily changed into a monstrous form that will destroy their dysfunctional ways. Think of it as the Hulk rage and anger. It only happened to a father and son. Let's start out with abusive father yelled at his son so harshly he ever does to treat him like a slave who is nothing, and stayed silent for his plead and feelings to say. But his father wouldn't listen to anything, so he pushed him off the stairs. His son may be pain, but his rage is overwhelming. He started out by transformed into a werewolf when he becomes very, very angry. After all he's been through with him, he just had enough. So he attacked him, killing his own father for his greed and abusive and never to be seen again. But how does it change into werewolf so quickly? Maybe he got it on his mother's side. It's a mysterious thing that no one can ever know. Silence can never be stopped the werewolf from rage by hurt, being ignored, and abused. You know how some children are around the holidays. They can be very, very naughty. But the witch came out of nowhere is no La Bafana, something wickedness and demonic than Krampus. Someone that can do to turn these naughty children into useless but playable things.
It's not fair. Yeah, I want toys. I want toys. I want toys. We're not gonna wait until Christmas. We want it now. Hello, children. Hello, children. Hello, children. Hello, children. I'm Latoya Arvana. Can't wait for toys at Christmas, huh? Well, lucky for you two, I have a special door just waiting for you inside of this room full of goodies, toys for every girls and boys. Go and have fun, children. Yay! Ooh, I want to play wait, that. Outside first. Huh? What's happening?
Trapped upon their children's souls within these toys.
You play with toys, you become as toys.
And Latoya and Lafana leave them here as toys, forever and never be seen again. This overweight man who's got cravings for food. Every single food he eats, every single time, non-stop. Everybody's tried to tell him to quit this eating habits, but he just wouldn't stop, and he never will. Until the mysterious woman who appears to offer him something sweet, something for him to blown up. Ooh, I'm stuffed.
Excuse me, sir. Would you try some free mini cake? I made it all by myself.
Well, why not? It's good. Oh, I don't feel. Wait, why am I feel fatter and fatter? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's happening?
You're blowing up. That's why, you crazy fat man. You've been craving too much food, and now you'll get what you deserve. Become a delicious junk food made out of you!
Uh, 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 oh, I'm blowing, I'm blowing up. Oh, uh.
You look delicious, craving old fool. Now you through as delicious meal forever.
Throughout the years, stories can have a very spooky imaginations, like the robot zombies taking over the territory, for example. Which reminds me, have you ever wondered how robot zombies attacked the factory and claimed their territory of their own? How did it all started? Hmm? Well, it all began in the factory called Robo Servo Co., the first and only factory to have robots built by people and work with people so they can make it better for everyone. Only on this factory. But one and horrible day, there's something mysterious hacking through each robot, and they all went turbo and destroyed the machine. Then later, they're about to attack everyone who's in it. But then, the people find a way to shut the robots down easily and buried it to the ground for unknown reasons. And that's how, in many years later, the mysterious hacks didn't shut down all the way, as robots rise and attacked the territory and claimed it of their own as revenge. After the events of the webisode, Robot Zombies, humans came to investigate to this area and find a way to shut it down, including the robots they created years ago, before they went bonkers by the mysterious hacks forced to shut down, and buried them to the ground. Watch if you dare. There's got to be the way to destroy those monsters by shutting them down all the way.
I don't know if we go through this, man. I'm scared.
Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen.
Intruder, intruder, intruder,
What
intruder,
was that?
intruder, 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 intruder,
Oh my god! Run!
intruder, 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 intruder.
Ah!
No!
Intruder, 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 intruder,
Ah!
Trespass our territory, you'll be eliminated. 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 Eliminated.
Welcome back, mortals. For the next chapter of the story, we WickeCrane's has some secret that I like to share with you. Part 2, we gained something big, as little you don't know. That the power we have is more. Let's start and reveal the show. There's a little secret that you don't know about my whole family. We are born not only quite spooky and storytellers, but gained powerful as we are wizards and witches. Also, we have a magical abilities of shapeshifting into other creatures, and most of all, Guissimo werewolves. You see, it runs in the family. Of course, I like to call Craven bears. My whole family agreed. We befriend to the Guissimos as they welcome us to join them, gathering for the Guissimos' Halloween traditions, telling spooky stories, carved pumpkins, and we danced through the night around the fire. We are gifted with powers and mostly curses, which is simply divine. We can control our powers as we want, only to use it responsibly for special occasions. As the past season ago, I was in 3 parts episode of the Craven Bear. That was a fun back there. Terrified as they learned their lessons. But we still have more tales to unravel. Come see the next episodes that can spook your pants off. In this show, the most gruesome spooky tales can be part of the show of WickeCrane's, with whom be told by yours truly. But my uncle, however, can make some gruesomes rise from the dead. My dear kooky Uncle Jab's WickeCrane, the most mad scientist who wished to make creatures like gruesomos part of his own. Just because ever since he's shape-shifting into Guissimo like the rest of his family, his form only parts are bear, raven, and Quain, but it wasn't enough for him. Oh, don't worry, he wouldn't do something psychologically evil, just eccentrically wanted to have parts of Guissimos one of his own. So he made some of them by scratch. With actual dead parts from the cryptid creature, Bigfoot, digging up from dead animals from the grave, and put it all together into something creepy and electrified one by one that all of them looks like alive, monstrously. Even Uncle Jabs named each of them Ecostein Guissimo, Big Patched Hound Bear, and Neanderthal Bear, roaming to terrorize the intruders and some people. Now Uncle Jabs has children of his own, creepy and kooky, insanely mad, and spooky. In recent years, before my show begins in 2019, there was a few original Halloween movies like The Dog in the Spooky Bones and some others. But one of them has returned with the origin story of how it became to be a monstrous floating head with the scribbly parts of his face. That's right, the wild mixed up face of the monster. The real question about this: who created the monster? Of course you know my Uncle Jabs, who is the mad scientist who brings creatures back to life. Not to mention the hybrid monsters of his own. He's the one who created that monster. But how does it made? First, he filled a big pile of goo inside of the big strong bag. Next, a big ugly nose from the dead man's face. A big googly eyes and a bunch of crazy hair. And painting a big, wide, scribbling mouth. Mix it all together in this machine, and then that's how the wild mixed up face of the monster was born. His mouth moves as he can mumble, eyes and nose squabbling all over his face. His ears moves and flapping, grew longer and shorter, and the hair so wild, like a fire with many colors. Then it's floating around and everywhere. Even it flew away to the woods to scare off all the strangers away. Oh well, Uncle Jabs has the monsters escaped sometimes, but they are just having fun out there. But if you ever heard a strange mumbling noise and its head so big and floating around in your woods, run. For a few recent years, this show has some gizmos involved. Some are hairless, some are furs, and some furs can be spooky, wickedness, and evil sometimes. Which is the last story I'm going to tell, which is being kidnapped and eaten by two gizmos. When the hunters hunting down through the woods at night. But they've all been kidnapped by looking to the mysterious light in the cave and read in ancient writings. Do you think it could be a spaceman? Bigfoot? No. It could be the only two Gwismos, and their name is a catchy tune. Bamboozle, Famusa. Both of them are form of the bears, even the antlers of the moose, but each of them are different pair species. Bamboozle has a head of the baboon, slender body of weasel, but thicker of the bear. Famoose has a head of the moose, and his fangs and his wings of the bat, which makes him a vampire moose bear. His ability is hypnosis to put victims in a trance after kidnapped before it sucked it down his fangs, while Bamboozle hold them hostage. And then it would turn them into something awful, awfully form of the very rare and tasty, being from blood to juice to death. Of course, it can happen to the man named Ricky Wakwafever, about a few days ago when they already captured him as a previous victim. And then the wolf came named Werewolfber will be next. Here's Werewolfber, a hermit wolf looking through the woods for hunting some Bigfoots and mysterious disappearance. But when he saw this mysterious light inside of the cave, you will be surprised what's in store for him. Where did that light come from? Is it a Bigfoot? Or a spaceman? No. Bigfoot never... It can write that? I have to translate. Who knows what happened to the mysterious disappearances of the other people and animals? Huh? Huh?
They got ya, you
Let go
doggy.
of me!
Think that was the old ancient words from Bigfoot, is it? Well, it's not, because we pranked ya. We pranked you.
You ain't hunting our kind no more.
We hunting the hunters for killing our pack.
Now you gonna get it. Off to a chamber.
Yeah, so vamoose. To our chambers.
Ah! Mysterious thing that nobody knows what's going to happen to Will Ruffber, being taken by Bamboozle and Vamoose Guisimos. These mysterious things that we never know until now. Watch and reveal that will put you in trance in horror.
You ain't getting no werewolfy thing. You gotta be in a big surprise from Vamoose.
Like what? What are you going to do to me?
Oh, same thing as I did to some of the victims.
Oh my. Wait, it's that Ricky Aquaviva?
Tasty humans, isn't he?
You see, we only eat not just humans and other info creatures, like you, but
I'm just make you into flavor and tastefully appearance, but inside of an actual blood, your blood. Now look into my eyes. You're getting very juicy with all your might, delicious being. Now rise, rise! Then I shall bite, and you'll become a tastiest thing.
you really done it good, Vamoose, old boy.
Now we feast.
Yes, we feast.
That's how Bamboozle and Famous Guisimos trick some people to their certain death by turning them into some kind of food in a way, and then feast, tasting the victim's blood. So if you ever seen the mysterious light inside of the cave, don't follow it. Hello again, mortals. How's the spookiest tales you ever watched so far? Hmm? Well, you aren't scared. Well, I'm impressed. Now, to continue this story, where it starts somewhere cruel, where magic tricks and ghoulish friends are intended in the old school. In my youthful age, me and my sister Saturday was accepted in the Magical Academy for humans, animals, and Hybridians witchcraft and wizardry. As I said before, we gained powerful as wizards and witches, so that makes me a wizard too, didn't I? Learning magics and spells, studied history, science, and herbology, and most of all, shape-shifting lessons. And that's where I met my dear friend, Mackerel Badger, who is also a shapeshifter as well, into Guisimo, which he prefer himself Big Mike. We come a long way together. Ah, those are the good old days. Even I was the popular student in the Magical Academy. When we using this magic door to the woods for a classroom to the monsters that we can see, which it will inspire me to create some stories about them. But that's for the next chapter. Now prepared for the next episode, which will tumble your soul. In the beginning, the elephant crusher is just the boogeyman who crushes everybody by his behind. But it's all just a dream. But this time, it's all too real, and it's getting worse. The great elephant crusher has his own tribe. The elephant crusher's tribe. You all remember Shelmelephant, the elephant crusher, whom has his butt crushing all the victims. Now he has a different type of punishments from his tribe. The rocking back of it, who lean back and crushes victims. The Stumpephant, who crushes victims with his feet. The death hugger, who grabbed the victims and hugged them to death. The belly flopperfant, who land on the victims with his big, strong belly. They are about to crush 5 useless victims. If you dare to see the action of their weight of the elephant crushers. Buddy D. Peters, an anthropomorphic male parrot, is guilty for being ignorant, manipulating, disobeying the orders, gaslighting, and mocked everybody's social conversation. His punishment is squeezed to death by the death hugger.
Oh. Huh? What? Huh? Oh. Oh.
Hungo wubble, hungo wumble, hungo wubble, hungo wubble, hey!
Oh.
Case closed. Lulu Waski, a female human, is guilty for trashing everybody's personal lives, like cyberbullying, and worst of all, stealing everybody's boyfriends. Her punishment is crushed by a bag of the rocking bag of it.
What? Oh, what are you trying to do?
Rosum, blossom, backsum, umchum, hiya, black tar. Roll, blossom, Case closed. Jack Settles, an anthropomorphic male dog, is guilty for bullied everyone, took their money, and breaking stuff like windows. His punishment is crushed to death by the gut of the belly flopperfant.
What?
Huh?
Belly up a summer up a splat and make a dough. Belly up a summer up a splat and make a dough. Belly up a rubber up a lambo. Squash up a macado, bang a macado, rock oh, squash.
Ah!
Case closed. Betty Sinclair, a female human, is guilty for abandoning every orphans in the children's home for gambling. Her punishment is crushed by the stump of it.
What was it?
Rotten bones, smash bones, crunch bones, all bones, rotten bones, smash bones, crush bones, all bones, rush bones, rough bones, rough bones, Case closed. There's only one victim left for the most terrifying punishment from the elephant crusher of all. Dave Robertson, a male human, is guilty for being greedy, ruining everybody's lives, and kept all the money to himself. His penalty is crushed by the bottom of the elephant. Ah, oh, ah! Case closed. Now all the victims are being squished, squashed, and kaput. Forever in their territory of the tribe of the Elephant Crushers. Welcome back, mortals. Aren't you scared yet? Hmm? No? Very well. Now to continue to this story about this fellow tall bird who has all the cookie glory. Seeking monsters in every sight will make you jump off your pants tonight. In this classroom has woods inside, who run by the monstrous shapeshifter, form of the Guissimo. Which of course, the only teacher in Magic Cow Academy is a Professor Buxton Draggletooth. He's like Beaver in Dracula altogether. He teaching us about legends of the monsters and spiritual ghosts, even on Halloween. I admire the tales, which has also inspired me. So I decided to create my own stories involves monsters of my own. Even Professor Dragontooth encouraged me to do so, to live to tell a tale. A spooky tale. Which of course, even victims can be part of it as well. But that's for the next chapter. So we continue with few final episodes. It will scare you right off of your pants. Again. Within these woods, you see monsters every corner, but you haven't seen the ghoulish fairy. The ghoulish fairy of Lady Darlene. Her appearances are so eerie aware to be seen. The wings of the fairy, the tail of the mermaid, and her scales all around her are like snake. You see, a long time ago, Lady Darlene seen mermaids, fairies, and communicating with snakes, and most of all, seeing ghosts and ghouls, which makes everybody terrified and punish her for witchcraft and summoners all the creatures. Her final wish to be all as one creature that will perish them all. Then her wish is granted, as she appears to be what she really is now. A monstrous, ghoulish fairy lives among these woods. So you see, whomever encountered the ghoulish fairy of Lady Darlene, she will terrorize them all as she coming closer to the victims, even as she cursed them into stone if fails to escape. So, if you ever seen the fairy appear to be a mermaid in the woods, run. Hello again, Motos. We have few episodes left before the grand finale of the show. Now, we shall continue to this story which how I inspired about the monsters will capture its victims to their fate. Seek the story of the history and see how fellow bird inspired to be kooky and spooky. Through the years, I see many people who's bullied everyone, treated from dysfunctional family, and quite possibly irresponsibilities from liars and idle people, especially greedy. That's how I got a pitch for this story about monsters and ghouls haunting everyone who's being naughty, greedy, and doing all the bad things. Some is all just a dream and safe, but some are not. That goes to show them about their greed and dysfunctional will soon be taught a lesson. Like my father who is a storyteller and shapeshifter who also proud of me the way I make the story like that. I can tell the stories and frightening everyone all through Halloween. And that's how I inspired about the monsters and victims on Halloween. Even the most stories are, but there's still more story to come. Now watch the tale of the Halloween spookiest tales of all, and prepare to seek the ones frightening your souls. A strange, peculiar man who has been bullied because he's different, who has paranormal powers inside under his armpits that will grow the monster inside of it. Once the bully mistreated him, his eyes turned into snake eyes. He raised his arms high and popped up to be appeared as the dark red snakes. It called the armpit snakes. It will devour the bully and swallow whole, and finally returns to its armpit. Creepy, but most terrifying paranormal activity of all. You all know about Billy Heater and his monstrous belly, named Billy Eater. They're back for a massive Halloween surprise.
Man, look at that! Sick gun of lantern!
Nah, man. It's Billy O'Lantern. Get it?
Yeah! Whatever, man. Your belly has some ugly face. Yeah! Fatty! Ugly! Oh, chubby!
Well, you both looking tasty thing yourself. Delicious.
Ah!
That's good.
Oh, that's my belly.
Like I warned you before, mortals. Don't make fat jokes, or monstrous belly will eat you up. Welcome to our final episode for our finale of the show. May rest in peace. But we still have one final chapter of my life story. So listen carefully, where my years of how I became to be. I see everyone watching videos on YouTube these days. And I'm only here to tell stories, the spookiest stories, just like my father. So I've decided in a ghoulish way that I'd make my own videos on YouTube channel in 2019 called Craven WickeCrane Halloween Tales, which of course is hosted by yours truly. So everybody can watch it. In the past few years, through a case of virus, 5 seasons later, it's the least best but greatest Halloween stories that little ones, even young and old, can ever see. And they love my spookiest stories ever that they can pass it on to others just for fun. And tonight, I would like to have a little treat for you all from the moment of the seasons of the Craven WickeCrane's Halloween Tales, hosted by me, Craven WickeCrane.
I'll never leave you behind.
You've been scarecrow!
I'll never leave you I'll never leave you behind.
Frightful tricks for delightful treats to remember by when walking down through the streets. It's farewell but not forever. We still be here to be seen. We'll be everywhere, even on your door, on every Halloween.